Hello.
Hello.
Long time no see.
I know.
For both of you guys, I guess.
Finally. Took me 3 times to join.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize that if I replied to everybody that I was technically starting a meeting until what's her name pointed that out to me this morning. But if we just send everything to members, that's not considered a meeting, is it?
Technically, if there's more than 3 people on it, it's considered a meeting. No, we haven't always followed that in the past, but that's the current law of the land, is that if you send it to more than 3 people, which maybe it's something we need to talk about, but yeah.
I think it's actually more than 2.
Is it more than 2? Oh, well, I guess 3. Well, 3 would be the cutoff, right? So
No, I think, well, you're talking about Open Meetings Act.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just 2. I could only talk to one other council member, for example, before a meeting.
But if I'm sending some materials out like I did this morning,
I guess the correct way would be to send it to me, and then I send it to everyone individually.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is Annie. Has the meeting started already?
No, we're just talking.
Okay. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I was like, oh gosh, I hope I'm not late. I missed the last one. So
No
I'm
worries.
here. It's good to see everyone. I just called in because I couldn't figure out how to get online with the video.
Great. Good to have you.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, I sent out some brochure that Mike got for us from the A1 Organics this morning, and I just sent it to everybody thinking that was okay, and then found out that it was that I was technically setting up a meeting because there were more than 1 committee members on the list. So that's a hoop that I didn't know that we had to jump through.
Well, now we know, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. Don't
well, we
bring things into.
We do have enough to get started
to.
if we want, though, for this meeting.
Yeah, we've got a quorum now, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
We do.
Okay, thanks, Shelley. Okay, I will call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda, as usual, is to
Bob, let me take roll call first.
Yeah.
Okay, Keely,
Keely's present.
Bob,
Yes, present.
Michael, Annie,
That's me.
Hetty, Rachel, Cara,
Present.
Raphael,
Here.
Joe Anderson,
Present.
Will.
Here.
We do have a quorum.
Note that Michael is here, but he was muted.
Okay, Michael's here.
Yes.
I'm here.
And then if
Thank
we
you.
want to do approval of minutes, we can do that as well. I just need a first and a second.
Okay, we need to have a motion to approve the minutes. I mean,
So
Mike,
moved.
can I motion even
Didn't-
though I wasn't there?
Mike can.
Okay,
Mike, did you
but
motion?
he's muted.
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you have to
And
be at the meeting for it, but
I thought so. That's why I was silent.
do I have a second now?
I second. Keely.
Thanks, Keely. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Hi.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Thank goodness. Okay. Holiday lighting is the first thing on the agenda. Have we had any response to holiday lighting? We're planning on doing this, what was it, the 17th?
18th.
18th.
As far as that, I was waiting until after this meeting because I wanted to. Oh, sorry, can you hear me? I was wanting to make sure that we didn't want to change anything about the way we did it last year. Obviously, on our own end, as far as doing the judging, we'll have to change some stuff about that. But as far as like what I send out to the homeowners fill out, and I can share my screen real quick if you guys want to take a look at that. So like this is the form we usually send out, which is name, address, telephone, and this is the last year, so all the dates are still need to be updated. But is there anything on this that you guys feel like you want to change? And I can send it out if you guys want to take a harder look at it than this. And there's basically just these rules.
No, offhand, I didn't have any problems with it. And I would just like to get some more participation. So I'm going to do my best to get out and look if I see somebody who's decorated up and see if we can get them involved. Maybe we could reward some first timers.
Okay. Well, then I'll send this out to everyone after the meeting. But if you guys have anything you want to change, let me know. But otherwise, I'll just go forward, assuming this one is fine, and get Nancy to put it on the website on Thursday.
I think that would be good.
Okay.
And see if we can maybe get it on Nextdoor or something, or get it out there a little more and see if we get any response, and just go from there.
Okay.
Any other comments?
When are we doing the judging? I have it down for the 15th.
So we moved the meeting back. Oh yeah, you're right. The 15th. Sorry, I said 18th, but yeah, it's the 15th.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I had it down for the 18th. So let me.
Yeah, because we basically just moved the meeting back one Tuesday, so it'd be the third Tuesday.
Yeah, that was what we did, and somehow I got
Yeah.
it down on the 18th.
So in the past, we rode together. So how will the logistics work this year?
Probably we're going to have to waste energy and each drive our own car, because Will really doesn't want to drive a bus full of COVID happy individuals around.
That's probably what I was thinking too. And then would we just all meet at, say, 4:00 at the library?
Yeah, I think the library would be more central, don't you guys?
Are we meeting?
Well, yeah, how do you, I mean, it's kind of open how you guys want to do it, so.
Can we just go when we can go?
Yeah, we could do that.
And then
Actually, that's true.
have a
We could,
meeting on Zoom on that day?
yeah. Yeah, if that would
Oh, so we
work
would
better
have-
for everybody. I
So
would
we
have
a
no
list of addresses
problem.
and then just go from house to house?
Yeah. It won't
Oh, okay.
be fun, but I think it's the only way to do it this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
if you guys want, I could make the like due date for all those like the forms that Friday before the meeting. And then,
Yeah.
quickly put that list together and just send it out to you guys. So then you'd have, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to take a look at them.
yeah, I think that would be good.
Did you guys, forgive me, I don't know if you've done this before, but have you taken pictures of all of the houses entered and just posted them as sort of a incentive or recognition for those participating?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we usually at the end we'll do that. They'll usually go either in like the next like newsletter, or they'll also go on the website or like Facebook and those kind of things. And then we also, in the past, we've done it where we announce the winners at council. I don't know if that's something else we want to look at doing differently, since obviously we can't physically give people awards since council is also digital at the moment.
True.
Yeah, I think what I would suggest is that we tally up the votes and maybe by the 18th have something posted on the website so that, they have a little publicity and people would have time before Christmas to go and look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can just announce the winners at the city council meeting, and or if we did have them all tallied, we could announce it and then just have the council acknowledge them and mail out the awards after they acknowledge it. Am I making any sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do. So if you guys want to announce them again at council, that's fine. And we can put something on the website before that. It's also fine.
Yeah. See if we can generate some interest. I think people are looking for something positive in all of this. So
Is it my understanding then that at 6:30 on Tuesday that Tuesday, we have like a regular meeting like this one, just to kind of go through those tallies and awards? Or how do we want to do that?
how is everybody feeling? Would that work for everybody? We could get together at 6:30 on Zoom and just tally them up and see what we think.
Yeah. How are we gonna know which houses do we have to go look at? Do you send us like a list or?
Yeah, you'll get a list.
Yeah, so I'll send you guys.
Yeah.
If we do this plan, then I'll send you guys a list on Friday after once the day ends.
The 15th is when we had it scheduled to originally do the evaluation.
Right. So do we want to have them evaluate before that, or do we want you guys to go out and do those, kind of on your on your own on Tuesday, and then I guess send me
I
the
would
score.
aim for tallying them on Tuesday, because that's kind of what we do, except that we usually get together for, dinner or whatever after we've driven around. So if that works for everybody, I'd like to have everybody be ready to judge them Tuesday at 6:30.
It sounds good to me.
Yeah,
So that gives everyone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday night to.
Yeah, you've got 4 or 5 days to go look at them. That really works out for me, because then I can spread it out over a couple of nights if I don't have time to do it all at once.
Okay. That works.
All agreed on that?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Great.
Real quick, just so we don't forget about it, do we want to do a motion for the awards themselves for
Yes.
spending money on them?
Do we?
I was thinking, I think usually in the past we've spent about $100 on it. So usually like 50 or so for first, and then 25 for second and third. We want to do that again.
Sure.
I would entertain such a motion. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. I think I brought it up last year. I don't want to be unfair to the traditionalists who do it every year, but my impression is there's 2 to 4 places that deserve an Academy Award winning performance every year. They put all kinds of time and energy into it. And then there's the normals. These are normal people that put lights up the way normal people put lights up. I mean, to me, there's no competition. There's no comparison between the mega show and the normals. So how do we reconcile that? Because there's no need, because we all know there's 2 or 3 places, send them $100, end of contest, because it's, and it's also, they do the same thing every year, and I don't want to trash them, but I mean, what's the intent of this thing?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of suggesting that we give some people some incentives to do it, or some recognition for newer people.
Okay.
And maybe one thing that we could do is to say that if you won last year, especially first and second seems to go pretty much all the time, that you would be ineligible for the next year, so that we could give other people incentives, which is really what you're driving at, Mike.
I definitely second that.
Well, and the other thing is we were going to have different categories. So
Yeah.
that would help, because then it wouldn't be whoever's got the most crap out there wins. Because that's kind of what happens.
Or what about instead of like preventing from somebody from like, sorry, you're too good, you're ineligible, why don't you set the bar a little bit more up for them? Be like, well, now you gotta, I saw like something on the paper that lists like the regulations that you have to be like more like green and like, like have some more like sustainable lightings. And why don't you just put them in like an extra challenge? Like, okay, you won, but now you gotta push it through and have like more sustainable lighting stuff.
Well, that's one thing we were supposed to do and add that in was, like definitely reward people for having
LED.
Well, nothing's been sent out, so we still have plenty of time to change the whole thing. So
I just don't think it's fair to say to somebody you're ineligible. So I just would like, rather than that, just like, all right, well, since you've been winning every year now, step your game up, And
but if we have different categories, then
well, yeah, it kind of turns to the same.
And also, we could say, you can't win 2 consecutive years in a row.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, if we change the categories, that also makes it a lot easier to not,
Yeah.
you know, automatically award it to the same people every year.
yeah. And we actually don't even need to, you know, publish the criteria. I don't think anybody's ever questioned, but what we could do is like, oh, I can't think of the Clowers were the ones, and I mean, nobody ever came close when the Clowers were doing it at the original house. And what happened is that the 2 sons have split all the stuff that was in the 1 yard, and somehow we did not realize that we had 2 entries, and we gave the same brother the award 2 years in a row, I think. And so, you know, I mean, but, you know, maybe as we discuss it, or, I mean, we were looking last 1 year, I remember, we looked at all the different things and we said, okay, we can award this one because they fit more of a classic thing. These kids fit more of the religious theme, or there was a lot of nice thing there, so we can reward that. You know, if we wanted to, we could publish some categories like that. Would that work for you guys?
It seems like there would need to be more prizes then, right?
Yeah, but you know, we really don't need, I mean, how close are we to our budget? Could we go up to 200, Will?
I think that'd be fine.
I would entertain like 200 or 250, and then, you know, and basically give out some gift certificates, you know, to restaurants or, you know, whatever, so that we can support our local economy a little.
I like that idea.
Restaurants, you know, A&A, some of the local businesses that people would like things. What do you think?
I like it.
Well, I think we have given out local business gift certificates in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we've done for the last 2 years.
We did Acres, right?
Yeah.
Or no?
And
I think we did
could-
Zomo last year, and then we did.
We could mention that on the flyer, on the advertising, that gift certificates to local businesses will be rewarded. You want to brainstorm some categories?
Do we have the categories from last year so we don't have to start from scratch?
I don't know. I don't. I remember.
I think last year we went back to like, I think we did like first, second, and like
And third,
entry for
yeah.
our ones. I can try to pull it up real quick.
I
I
thought
think
we
we
had
just-
like traditional, the religion.
Yeah,
We did
traditional
that like
or
2
classic.
years ago, I thought.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry, this is Rachel.
Yes, you're great.
Oh, okay. So like, I don't know, what an idea to get people to come back, and like newcomers, you could do a category for like, you know, best returner or best newcomer.
Yeah,
That's
best
a good idea.
newcomer.
You can also do like a best rookie of the year, you know, like you have in football, like, you know, the
Yeah.
best friend.
That's a good way to write it.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
Rookie
a great
of the
idea.
year, I like that.
you could also do one that's the most energy conscious. I mean, we recommend LEDs, but
Yeah,
I think we
Maybe
had
if
that.
it's-
Yeah.
if it's clear that they're using energy efficient lights, we could make that a category.
yeah,
It is a category, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
yeah, we did do that once. I mean, it seemed to me, maybe I'm wrong, Keely, but it seemed like we basically, you know, just said, man, we've got what, 8 entrants, let's give them all. How could we
Well, do we have the form?
categorize them.
We have the form because we had like, that was part, so we had all our criteria last year.
Yeah,
Each house, we had a category, you know, like most or energy efficient, like 1 to 4, 1 to 5 or something.
right.
Original, you
Well,
know. Yeah, we had a whole list of things for each house, and then we give them a number.
yeah.
You know, they get a 5 if they were all LED lights. And
I remember one was animation.
yeah.
Okay.
If
Y'all-
there was
can
any
y'all hear me?
animation.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. So over the last 2 years, kind of the categories besides, you know, first, second, third. Last year we did a Going Green Award, a Childhood Tradition Award, which I think is because there was a bunch of little kids that entered. We did a Best New Entry. And then we did first, second, third, and then the previous year for 2018, we did basically first, second, third, a Going Green, Best New Entry, and then honorable mentions. So really, yeah.
okay.
So new edition, Going Green, and then we did one for the kids last year.
Okay. How about reward religious theme, or I'm just brainstorming here.
Do you guys get a lot
could
of like
also-
inflatable entries?
Inflatable, that would be another one.
Just so you can kind of like group them.
Mm-hmm.
Best use of animation, best use of music, or including music. Maybe
How about most original?
most original, that would be a good one. Because
Then you
that
could
would
have
give you,
traditional.
that would give you some room. You know, most of the inflatables you just go out and buy, but if somebody does a lot, well, that's what the Clowers did. I mean, they had the clowns, they had all the dioramas, and their sons or kids down the street basically still have those.
We could do something like most moving pieces or something like that.
Yeah, maybe animation would fit that.
Most
We
animation.
had sound too, because some had
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah, sound. Instead of calling it music, let's call it sound, use of sound, or use of display. I mean, I saw
Best
one
sound.
for Halloween that had all of those, you know, shooting stars, and, you know, the guy had, you know, set it up, computer, you know,
Well,
it was unbelievable.
So I mean, we probably don't have to decide on all of these tonight. You know, we can figure it out at the 6:30. But I have most original, Going Green, best new entry, most animations, best sounds.
Yeah, best
Sounds like
sound. Maybe there is one that really has a theme, like around the North Pole or religious, or, you know. Yeah, let's
So
call
maybe
it
just a
that.
best
theme.
Okay.
Best traditional. That could kind of be religious, I guess, or something like that.
You just really want that category, Bob.
Yeah.
You just really want that category.
No, I'm just trying to think. Well, there was that first one. I think they entered again last year, but they just had a real simple, they had like 4 windows, and it was just really nice, and not, you know, like you're saying, Keely, all the crap all over everywhere, but it really made an impression on me that I liked. So that's where
What
I'm
if we do
coming
like a judge's choice category? Then it's
Yeah.
like, everyone picks their personal
Good.
favorite.
Good idea. Good idea.
I
And
like Will's point. We can have lots of categories, and then after we look at them, then we can decide which categories we want.
Yeah.
we want to use.
yeah, and all we need to say in the thing is, rewards will be offered for
I'll just change where we have first, second, third, and then throw like 3 of these in there as examples. And then we can.
Our overall category and then various other things, and then we can just figure it out from there.
You could say we are looking for, and then just leave it open-ended.
Yeah.
We're looking for
Well,
creativity.
on that list, when Will put it up, the second one was, use of LED or low energy efficient or something like that. So that would be good.
Oh,
I know
there's something we didn't really solve last year, and I'd really like to address it this year, is a business. We were trying to get more businesses to participate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still on there. I'm not really sure what the best way to engage them is, but
Through the Chamber of Commerce or something?
Yeah. My feeling is, and this is just as I'm thinking, that businesses are really feeling pinched this year, but we do want to keep the category, and maybe I can get a hold of somebody at the chamber or somebody like that and just see if there is any interest. But yeah, I do agree.
I've noticed people have got their lights up already. I think people are kind of doing everything early. And Broadway is lit already. And I mean, that's something people can do and enjoy.
Yeah.
And, it's not that costly. So, I mean, you don't have to do a lot.
Yeah.
To win our business category, you just have to pretty much enter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you do have to do, really. Yeah. So keep that sheet, Will, or that flyer that you pointed out pretty much as is, and just tweak it so that we
I think for more entries it's going to be outreach as individuals. I mean, I'll put it on obviously all the cities, social medias and things like that. But yeah, I mean, obviously we've learned from other events that there's a finite amount of people that reaches.
Yeah.
Madeline's doing a meeting tomorrow. Is it maybe possible to send her a note to drop or mention it? They're doing a neighborhood group network meeting tomorrow. So all the neighborhood captains are meeting to kind of talk about it. Might be a good opportunity to kind of give them something to rally their neighborhoods on.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send her something now.
Yeah. Great.
And then that way it kind of puts the onus on them if they want to post on Nextdoor or, gives them the opportunity.
Right. Okay, I think we've beaten this horse enough. I do need a motion. My suggestion would be $250 just to give us some room. We don't even really need to spend all of it, but I think that would give us plenty of money for prizes and the ability to get some good prizes. So I'll entertain a motion for whatever you think, but I think we should have the amount included.
I second the 250. That sounds real good. And, it's supporting our local businesses. So
yeah,
I feel good about that.
Yeah, that's something that we really want to let them know too, Will.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
I
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Okay, the next item on the agenda, and actually the only other one, was looking forward to next year and issues and proposals and initiatives that we might check. And that's what I sent out. Mike talked to Sean at the Leaf and or the Leaf recycling event, and he apparently they have a program where they will collect compost materials from apartments, and that was what the brochure was when I actually looked at it. And so what I just wanted to throw that out to kind of get some ideas or get as fodder for thought, if you will, about things that we might be looking at doing. And I'm open to just about anything. We have some discussions going. And so is there anything that you think, even if you're not going to be here, you know, that you think we might do some good or be able to put some direction, get some directions going for council or for the city as a whole? I guess one thing, maybe Joe, you can answer this for me, is where do we stand with the single hauler thing for trash?
Well, I believe that that the single hauler trash committee is still in the process. We haven't seen any recommendations at council yet. If it's wrapped up and it hasn't come back to us.
Okay.
But I did what I was gonna mention in council member's choice. You guys had requested that I see if council has any ideas on initiatives to work on for next year, and I brought that to council, and we actually already have a plan to have a study session on sustainability issues as part of our master plan. I believe sometime this year yet. I'm not sure when that is, but we decided to just have that be a part of the broader conversation there. And I'll we'll bring some stuff back to you from council for recommendations on some things council might be interested in after we have that meeting.
Great. Because that's one of the things that we are really interested in. Somebody else was going to speak there before I tromped all over you.
I just wanted to throw out that composting idea was interesting to me, because I thought, you know, could KEB support or endorse a community effort like that? They're working in Denver now. It's really a not-for-profit, and it's pretty cool because they make the compost and then they put it into a community garden, and then through different volunteer groups, the underserved folks, those that are in economic distress, can work the gardens and get vegetables. So they have a good model. I don't know if that would work in Englewood. It'd be neat if it could, but I'd love it if we could endorse or support something like that, just to spread the word and try to do a good thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know, if somebody's already out there doing it, maybe it's a case of just, you know, giving them permission to do a pilot program or something. But I think that what little I know of it, the brochure was interesting, and I have a video they sent me. I just wondered if our committee was even curious about looking at it, because I think composting is a great thing. I think the more
Great
people
thing,
who
but
compost, the better.
it's great. And we had our composting class, but you know, if people are in apartments or something, where do they take it?
What's
Well,
that?
that's what
Where do
this,
where do people take it? We don't have recycling in the city, much less composting.
right. Well, and some of that revolves around the single hauler and some of the things that we might be able to accomplish if we're trying.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that, since A1 Organics is already doing this with apartments in Denver, they allow people, they provide some buckets, as I looked at it, Mike, don't they?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
they
it's
will
not
come around and collect it.
It's not A1 Organics. It's I want to say the Denver Composting Cooperative.
Yeah,
And
something like that. Exactly.
But I think, you know, they would expand their territory if they thought they had a green light or some kind of support. Their model is one that relies on a local farm. You know, in this case, they have 2 farms in Denver. It'd be cool if they had one in Englewood, but they literally take the compost and turn it into food. And then it's a community-wide program for volunteers. So our role in that might be to give them a pat on the back and say it's a good thing, and maybe, you know, endorse them in some way. But that's just one idea. That's not the end all solution. I love the idea of going bigger with the single trash hauler idea, so that people like me could have a compost bin in my garbage or something.
Yeah.
To take it out. So I don't know. I would love it if we could put our thinking caps on and just get more involved in composting next year.
Yes.
So, just some thoughts on that, because we work with the extension office quite a bit at Denver Botanic Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
And I would think that rather than partnering with like a business or, you know, endorsing, I mean, not to say that you couldn't do that, but it might be helpful to find out a little bit more about what Arapahoe County Extension offers for people in terms of education on compost, community gardens, where they could use that compost. I don't know the contact there, but it might be just a good resource to think about incorporating in that type of programming and water-wise gardening and that sort of thing.
You know, Joe, maybe if you just put it on your radar screen as the city looks at sustainability ideas, you know, I think our committee would like to get behind good ideas. So I guess I'd say just be aware we're thinking about this, or that if there's some way we could help out or contribute, I, for one, would be enthused about helping out. I don't know exactly what that means, but it does matter if it has the city endorsement or blessing to make it a little bit more official, you know, that it's an Englewood project or an Englewood idea. It'd be neat if we could figure out a way to do something like that.
I would also because I mean, I don't know if it's the same in all apartment complex, but in mine, like, we don't have recycle and we don't have compost, like we don't have nothing. We have like one trash and that's it. And personally, it sucks. I hate it. And the manager doesn't want to do anything. The owner doesn't want to do anything. So I'm just wondering if there's a way with maybe that single trash holder that we could impose those apartment complex to have a recycle bin. because it's
Mhm.
honestly it's so frustrating, and I don't know what to do. You know, it's just, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I'm not the only apartment complex. I'm pretty sure it's multiples in Englewood.
I think there's a lot of people like you, Ralphie, that
And you
are
know, and
more
there's
than
no,
happy to.
yeah, and there is no place where I could take it because we don't have like a recycling site with
Right.
like
Right,
no
right.
cardboard. So
Right.
I'm just stuck, you know. So people
Yeah.
that actually want to do good cannot do good in Englewood. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
Well, Denver has a program. Maybe we could piggyback or copy something that Denver does.
Yeah. Well, that's my point. I don't want to get into the discussion of the nitty gritty. We can save that for next year. But what these are the kinds of things that I'm thinking. You know, we can look at composting. You know, those of you who've been here for a few years, we thought, well, man, we can get Denver our Englewood housing at Orchard Place and Simon Center on. Well, we found out that they had tried it, and the problem is that most of the people came and threw their garbage into the recycling bins, and you know they just became gross, and that they had to stop it. So these are the things that we want to examine and see how we can accomplish it and get businesses. This would be one of my priorities anyway, is to increase recycling. I've talked several times to the Chamber of Commerce about recycling, and they're open to it. But if we don't have the next step, so that they have recycling available that they can utilize, you know, I mean, I look at these roll-offs that are all over town, and there's probably a third of it is recyclable, cardboard, things like that could be recycled. And we're just not accomplishing it. And so these are things that I want to at least start looking at. And composting would be one. I mean, on another front that I think personally I will do, I was looking at the street sweepers going around taking up all these leaves out of the gutters and thinking all of that is compostable. And when I was working at the city, it all went down to a field that sits behind the service center. And I think it does decompose there. They don't put it in the landfill, but that's as far as it goes. Could we do something more like with A1 so that there was more feedback? Could we get, if we did stuff with A1, could we possibly get compost from A1 for citizens that wanted to utilize it or use it? You know, I mean, I use Milorganite on my lawn because that comes from the Milwaukee sewage plant, and they've been doing that for 70 years now. You know, can we implement maybe something like that? You know, so I mean, our wastewater takes its solid. They have a farm out somewhere east, and they truck most of that out there and use it as fertilizer, I guess. So, you know, there's things that we can do. I'm just trying to get the pump primed, if you will, so that we can start looking at things. And just so you understand our thinking, Joe, so that we become a conduit for input into council. So
I think if we want to, like, you know, to have people involved into recycling, because it obviously is like depending on individuals doing it, because otherwise there's no point of it. We need to think about an incentive. Like, you know, when you recycle your aluminum can, you get some money out of it. I just think that, and I know there are some systems that exist somewhere like in Europe, but I'm terrible in economics, so I just don't understand it. But I know there is a way for people like to recycle and get somehow like a benefit out of it at the end of the year, tax-wise. So if we can figure something like this, you would get people interested and actually involved in doing it.
Yep. Well, and I think, maybe we can utilize some of that grant money or something. I'm just thinking off the top of my head to prime that pump and to incentivize recycling and make sure that we are doing that. So, and then just before I forget it, I just thought about the utilization of volunteers and stuff like that. I think next year we may be working more directly with the promotion team to utilize that volunteer tool, and I'd like to see that, and that's something that I'm gonna work on too, or hope to work on. So and then if anybody knows anybody that might be interested in applying for Keep Englewood Beautiful, I think we need some more members.
Well, we just interviewed for commissions yesterday, so I think we did appoint some new members.
Great. Because we're going to miss Keely and Annie. And the education, we talked about that too, that with you two going off, we need to take a look at that portion of what we've been doing too. Did you see anything, Joe?
I'll miss you guys too. This has been a great opportunity. And seeing as though I've been living in Denver for a year,
almost as long as you got on the committee, didn't you?
I know it. Thank you for having me. But again, I think for the education component, at least for like composting and water-wise gardening and even vegetable gardening, I really think the extension office might be helpful for that, because I mean they've already got all the info you need, so they might be willing to come out and do some outreach as well.
Well, and Denver Good Urban Gardens is great for the composting.
Yeah, and Annie, could I use you as a resource if we do get or develop some opportunities to maybe do some water-wise gardening things or something? Maybe get a hold of you if you can't do it, to maybe find somebody who can.
Yeah,
great.
Absolutely. You guys have my contact info, and I plan to be there, barring, code red. To stay in the yellow. But absolutely feel free to, reach out. I'd love to help wherever I can.
Great.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. We've had a good committee this year, and it's been great, even with all of the chaos that COVID has brought. We've managed to accomplish a lot of things, especially getting that grant money and, keeping our two main volunteer events going. That's really fantastic. Okay. Is there anything else?
I guess we're not going to have our dinner like we did last year. Boo-hoo.
I would be down for a virtual happy hour if anyone's
Yeah.
We'll have to figure something out. I feel like I need an IOU. I just don't know how to use it afterwards.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe that Tuesday we will at least. I'll be eating dinner or something. We can all eat dinner together.
We could all have some Christmas garb on.
Yeah, there we go.
Kind of make it festive. Ugliest sweater contest.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could have a Zoom dinner party.
Yeah.
I'll get takeout.
Yeah. That's the way it sounds like we're going to be doing Thanksgiving. We were thinking that we might be able to get together, but it's just becoming impossible. Do we have any commissioner's choice or council members' choice or staff choice? Anything else that we want to discuss?
I would just to follow up on the conversation about the single trash hauler and things about composting and recycling. That is all on the table for discussion, I believe, with single trash hauler to try to get an opportunity for composting or recycling. Most likely recycling. I think composting would be a little more difficult to do citywide, but certainly both of those are in discussion. I know council would be in all likelihood supportive of some recycling efforts on the single hauler front. So just want to make sure you're aware of that. And then of course, I'll also be bringing some recommendations back to KEB from City Council once we have our sustainability discussion. So I'm enjoying these conversations and looking forward to how City Council can continue to collaborate with you guys.
Great.
Great.
Thanks, Joe.
We're glad we've finally got it so you can be here.
Thanks for accommodating that.
If there's nothing else, I will entertain a motion that we adjourn, and we will go from there.
We need a motion, so move.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say
Aye.
aye.
Hi.
Aye.
And we will see you again on the 15th at 6:30. Thank you all very much. Appreciate
All right.
it.
See y'all.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.